I'm Rebecca Oliver Kaplan with Comics Beat, and we're sponsored this year by Mad Cave and Global Comics. And today we are with the You Can Call Me Bill director, and Katya, who is the first Mexican-born astronaut who went to space. Yeah. Yes, I got that. And you also started a space camp, right?
I did.
Okay. I kind of want to start there because I had the opportunity to go to space camp in Alabama when I was a kid, and it was one of the best experiences of my life, even though there was a hurricane, and we spent 2 days of it underground. But I think
that is a real experience. Stuck in the indoors.
No, but after that, they let us just kind of ride the simulators over and over, which was so much fun. So I don't know. I want to hear about how you got that going. I saw you kind of had also done a speaking tour of McDonald's around the U.S. I wasn't sure if that was related or, just tell me.
Yeah, of course. So I decided to start these space camps in Latin America when I realized how little opportunities related to space exist for people of Mexico and people of Latin America in general. I've been lucky enough because the reason I can say I'm the first Mexican woman in space is because my family immigrated to the United States when I was 8 years old, and I've been able to take advantage of the different opportunities that exist here in the United States as well. And for me to know that and to go back and meet these children who are looking at me and they're asking me and they're saying, how can I do what you do? And I'm thinking back at everything that I've done, my degree from UCLA, my internship, and then my full-time job at NASA, and then afterward my space flight, knowing that everything that I've done has come from American-based opportunities, it made me really uncomfortable. Because what am I supposed to say to a child that is looking at me with wonder and with tears in their eyes, and they're asking me, how can I do what you do? And I know that they can't. I know that they weren't born in a place that has opportunities where they can do that. And that is why I made the choice to start creating them. If they don't exist, then I'm going to make them. And if everyone is telling me no, then I'm going to be the one to tell myself yes, so that we can eventually create what's necessary for the children that are truly only dreaming.
That's amazing. And I didn't realize that NASA and didn't really have any programs in Latin America or other countries, I guess, before you came along. I mean, it's kind of a surprise to me. So, I mean, that's really, amazing that you did that. And I'm curious of kind of doing this documentary or the space flight with William Shatner. I mean, was that at all associated with, did that help you with create these opportunities?
Yeah. So I actually had the exact same flight experience that William Shatner did. He flew before me. So I was lucky enough during my training to get to hear all of the stories about just different things he would say and different jokes that he would tell people after training. They would love to just tell us about how much fun they had with him, and I was so jealous. But when I saw that video of him coming back and the way that he reacted and the way that he expressed himself, I knew that it was going to change me as well. And I was just hoping that it would change me in the same way that it changed him. Because to be able to see that and feel what he's feeling in that moment and know that you're possibly about to feel it is one of the most beautiful things that I've experienced. And that's why when they reached out to me to promote this documentary, I immediately said yes, because I know exactly what he's feeling. I know exactly what he's trying to do in the world, and I know exactly why. I know he can't help it. I know that when you go to space, you see the planet, you see the blue and the black and the clouds and the desert and the mountains. You truly can't help it. You want to cry, you want to help, you want others to feel what you feel, and you want others to know that you want them to be okay.
And it's my understanding that's a known phenomena, right? And there's a name for that, right? What is that called?
Yes, this is called the overview effect, and it is a psychological effect that's actually been analyzed from the origin of astronauts in space. The first astronaut that went to space and came back started speaking about this thing that happened to them. And then one by one, they started coming out with these stories about how they felt like they had a debt to the world, to humanity, this responsibility to allow others to feel what you felt, even if just a small percentage, and a responsibility to help society, to help the planet, to help humanity any way that you can. Truly, I don't know how to explain it other than I live and breathe helping others now. It's what drives me. It's what fuels me every single day. I wake up and I'm just thinking, how can I make sure someone else is doing better because of my actions and what I can do for them today? And I know that that's exactly what Bill's going through right now.
Yeah, because I've noticed as a fan, like, I feel like a change in Bill's demeanor. Like, it feels like he's looking back on his life and wants to leave behind like a different kind of legacy than maybe he was really thinking about before. And I don't know, maybe Alexander, you want to speak to that a bit? Because through the documentary?
Well, sure. I mean, I think any of us at 92, I would imagine, probably would have a very different outlook on life as we had. I mean, there's so many remarkable things about Bill, now that I've gotten to know him a little bit. But what's, I think, astonishing is his energy. I mean, he's nonstop. I mean, he rides his horse every day. He works every day. He'll sometimes go from 2, 3 in the morning until midnight, and then sleeps a few hours and then goes the next morning. I don't know where he gets it from, but I think he has a passion for life. I think he has a passion for humanity. I think he has a passion, obviously, for the environment, and is very, very concerned, as we should all be, about where we're going. This fact that we all have our heads in the sand. We're not paying attention to what's going on, and it's getting worse and worse every year. And we're having these crazy wars. We're playing stupid politics with each other, and look what's happening. So I haven't been to space, but I would be too terrified, to be honest, to go. I think I would be destroyed. I mean, just when you talk about the overview effect and you talk about the emotion that you felt, and clearly that Bill felt when he came down, I don't know that I would emotionally survive that. Because I can feel it sort of through you, but I just it really terrifies me. So. And there's a beat here. It's dark, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a bigger, broader look, I guess, at humanity's problem, like a different look.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, and I'm sorry to keep sort of beating a dead horse here, but when you think about how petty we are with each other, as humans, I keep thinking about Game of Thrones in some weird, there's all these petty, games of power, and then they're not paying attention to, to the real problems, to the zombies, that are coming to get them. But in a way, that's sort of what's happening, and I see this very much as a metaphor for the environment. We're not paying attention to what we should be paying attention to as humans, and we got to do something.
Or even worse, we acknowledge it, we know,
right,
and we choose not to care.
Right. Yeah. It's a so what sort of mentality. Well, so what if the if the Earth is an extra degree or 1.5 degrees? So so what? Well, we're about to find out. So.
Yeah, the summer.
Yeah, it's a bad summer.
And then, so why are Bill is kind of a Ukrainian Jewish actor portraying one of the first fictional explorers of space, and Katya is the first Mexican-born woman in space, two excellent people to kind of share this message of maybe humanity unifying and moving forward. Kind of the Star Trek vision of utopia, I think, to be fair.
Well, I mean, I think that I can't speak for you, but I can speak for Shatner in the sense that I think he means something to people. I mean, obviously he has a lot of fans, and you know, there's something I think really significant about this idea of the person who plays Captain Kirk going to space and coming back now as William Shatner to communicate how he felt about his experience in space. And I think that's really something that's going to resonate. And so it's a symbol. I mean, you also have become a symbol as well, you know. So I think to me it's people like them going to space and coming back to tell that story, because we're not all going to get to go to space, thankfully. but you know, but to understand that and to be told that story and those emotions and that experience from people like you and like Bill is extremely important at this point in time.
I remember a really beautiful story somebody told me specifically about just Bill's experience being an actor and with Star Trek, where he was saying that he felt kind of uncomfortable because all he was an actor, and here there were people actually doing it, actually going to space, actually flying. And then he got to speak with some of these people, and they were telling him, but I was inspired by you. I did that because I saw you. I saw you on screen as a child, and I understood that that was possible for me. And to understand the humanity behind every single one of us, and that we might be motivating and inspiring so many people, but still underneath it all, we really are humans with insecurities and emotions. And that, I think, is just so beautiful, because we truly are just humans trying to do something in this world.
I guess that brings me, if you had any personal connections with like either Shatner or Star Trek before this experience.
Oh, for sure. I'm a #1 massive, huge Trekkie, and specifically of the original series. That is the best one, hands down, in my opinion. I watch it and watch it and watch it and watch it. And when they took it off streaming for a little bit, I threw a tantrum and fits and went and got a VPN to be able to watch it. It is just my favorite series, and specifically for the reasons that you mentioned. For me to be able to see that and to see how old it is, but to be able to actually witness characters on screen that do represent me and represent so many different kinds of people and the different subjects that they touched, I think we're just so ahead of its time. And being told, hey, we would love it if you would help us promote William Shatner's new documentary. To me, just my name and William Shatner's name together, my day in my life is made.
That's amazing. Did you have a favorite episode or storyline character?
So I do. There's an episode where they're actually at Vasquez Rocks, which is in LA. And I remember I went out to Vasquez Rocks. I put out the episode, and I was looking specifically for which mountain they were in front of just to stand there. I'm a fan.
I'm actually going to Vasquez Rocks in a few days with Comics Beat editor Heidi McDonald. She's never been, so love it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you two want to add before we're done about the documentary or something else?
I mean, I will say that you know, when the film comes out, which right now is uncertain because of the SAG strike, and obviously, you know, Bill is a big supporter of it. We want him to be there, you know. So I think when it comes out, I think it's going to surprise people. I think it's not the film about William Shatner that you would expect. You know, some people have called it a bit of a mystical doc. It's a film about death. I think, you know, it's a film told in chapters. It's very thematic. It sort of takes on the themes that are most important to him at this point in his life. And in some way, shape, or form, each chapter talks about death, because this is something that he thinks about a lot. So
Amazing. And then
I think everyone is going to be very inspired, and I'm just so excited for everyone to watch it.
Thanks so much, guys, for checking out our latest video. And also, huge thank you to our sponsors of San Diego Comic-Con 2023, Mad Cave and Global Comics.